want to welcome you to the Ask Jeff YouTube channel. Here's today's question. It says, what was the point of putting Job through so much misery if God already knew the outcome? And Satan was not going to be convinced no matter what. God has nothing to prove, and he knows it. I'm glad the question was worded in such a manner because I think oftentimes when we look at the book of Job, this story of a man who is called the greatest in the East, who has so much family and fortune at the beginning, receives a double reward at the end. I think oftentimes we look at it some great cosmic chess match, that somehow you have God and Satan battling each other out, and Job is just one of the pieces on the board being maneuvered irrespectively of his own emotions, feelings, livelihood, etc. However, I think the Bible shares with us very clearly, whether it is in 1 Peter chapter 1, whether it's in James chapter 1, that trials and tribulations, those manifestations of difficulties, are actually for our benefit. They allow us to trust in the Lord more. They allow us to have greater faith. They allow us to receive more from the Lord with the proper spirit. Now, understand in James chapter 1, it says these tribulations, these trials produce patience that lead to perfection. Job was entrusted by God with twice as much at the end of the story than he was at the first. So I don't think God had anything to prove to Satan, and I don't think Satan was going to change his mind. I think what God was doing was allowing this situation to strengthen Job by testing his faith to allow the Lord to entrust him with more. We see all throughout the scriptures, particularly the life and ministry of Jesus Christ, where he says, how can I trust you with more if you have been faithless with so little? The parable of the talents. Remember, the one talent, the guy took it and he hid it in the ground and said, oh, he was fearful of trusting it to anybody. Jesus said, didn't you even think about handing it over to the bankers to at least get a little bit of interest? It was the risking, the difficulty, the balance of faith with those elements that brought the great reward. I think we would all testify that whether in the secular world or primarily in our life of faith, it is the difficult times, it's the valleys of life, the struggles of life, that when we trust the Lord, he entrusts us with more on the backside. Great question. If you have one, send it to AskJeff.net. Maybe your question will be tomorrow's. Thanks for being a part of today's daily question. Now, we answer a question each and every day. Please feel free to submit a new question at AskJeff.net. We may not have gotten to yours today, but we eventually will continue to be a part of this. Subscribe so you don't miss out on a question every day.